There were plenty of treats at the Canfield Fairgrounds today, and a group of kiddos were able to enjoy some Halloween fun.
And Sunday will be another warm day with more sunshine to enjoy. I'll take you through your Sunday forecast.
And find out why parents across Ohio are pushing for stricter laws to protect children.
Investigative, in-depth local coverage starts now. This is WKBN 27 First News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us on First News. I'm Megan Lee. A beautiful day today, plenty of warmth and sunshine. Let's see how long it will stick with us. Here's meteorologist Hannah Stetler.
Well, Megan, today was a phenomenal day and the nice weather's going to last as we head into the day tomorrow. Today we saw lots of sunshine, sunny skies, plus it was warm as temperatures climbed into those low to mid 70s for highs, and it's still warm at this hour. 56 degrees, quiet conditions as we look out over Salem. Temperatures, they're down into the 50s for most, but a few spots, Newton Falls, Cortland, still sitting at 60 degrees, mid to upper 50s elsewhere. Now, as we head throughout the overnight hours, we'll see mainly clear skies. Temperatures, they'll drop down into those low to mid 40s for morning lows. For your Sunday, fantastic weather is in store. We'll see lots of sunshine. I do think we'll see a few more clouds with mostly clear to partly cloudy skies expected throughout the day. If you're heading out to the Youngstown Marathon, perfect weather for that. That kicks off at 8 a.m. Temperatures for the start of the race will be in those low to mid 40s. They'll quickly climb throughout the day, topping out in those low to mid 70s. Now, this nice weather will last for the start of next week. It'll stay warm with lots of sunshine, but some changes are on the way as rain returns for the middle of the week. I'll walk you through that in just a little bit.
One person was injured following a shooting at a bar on Youngstown's north side. It took place on Logan Avenue sometime around 3 o'clock this morning. Police tell us that one person is in stable condition but did not provide further information. Police continue to investigate. And in Trumbull County, a Warren Township man is in custody following an armed robbery at a Newton Falls gas station. Take a look at your screen. You're going to see Adam McDermott, who is facing a charge of aggravated robbery after he was arrested today near West Branch in Portage County. Newton Falls police say the suspect entered the Sunoco store on Milton Boulevard, placed a rifle on the counter, demanded money, and then left. The Ohio State Highway Patrol, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources, and the Portage County Sheriff's Office were involved in the search. And First News is your local election headquarters. Tim Ryan embarked on a tour of Ohio on Wednesday. Today, he stopped in his hometown, Niles, to talk with the Valley's locals. First News reporter Anna Marzik brings us the story on Ryan's promise to help workers.
Workers first! Workers first! Workers first!
U.S. Senator candidate Tim Ryan was greeted by cheers of his slogan as he arrived in Niles for a rally. Election day is quickly approaching, and Ryan is traveling around Ohio to voice the importance of workers, starting with his personal connection to union workers.
You all know my grandfather was a steel worker, my great-grandfather was a steel worker.
Ryan says when he first ran for state senator 22 years ago, he made a commitment to work hard for the people of Ohio. Today, he made a new promise as he shared his disagreement with a Democratic consultant who brought up investing heavily in states with higher college graduation rates.
Are we going to completely abandon working people? And I will absolutely go to the mat on this one against some of the national Democrats. I absolutely promise you that.
He believes taking care of all workers is vital because every job is important to the U.S. economy.
You remember when the pandemic hit, it was like essential workers, we got to take care of essential workers. We're about 1 week in. We found out everybody in the damn country is an essential worker.
Tim Ryan says while he focuses on supporting all workers, he wants to see the country come together in peace once again.
This is what we are fighting for. I think it starts with gratitude. I think we are in such a predicament here, our culture in the United States, the fighting. We collectively have got to get us out of this mess. No one's going to come in and save us.
Ryan ended the rally by saying he can't wait for a kid from Niles, Ohio to be standing in the United States Senate. In Niles, Anna Marzik, WKBN 27 First News.
Receiving assistance from the state to help with housing-related needs. The state announced over $20 million in funds are coming through the state's Community Housing Impact and Preservation Program. Columbiana County will receive $1.15 million to restore 9 homes and repair 17 others. The county will partner with East Liverpool, Columbiana, and Salem. Mahoning County will get $1 million to rehab 10 homes and repair 17 others. Struthers and Camel will partner with the county there. Children of all abilities were able to trick-or-treat at the Canfield Fairgrounds today. It was part of the 5th annual Miss Dana's Diamonds All-Inclusive Trick-or-Treat. The event has grown each year. It gives families with a child that has special needs a chance to trick-or-treat without problems. Organizers say they make sure to have activities that make sure all kids feel included. This year, to make things easiest for the families, they took the fun inside.
We moved to the Canfield Fairgrounds, the event center, so all the trunks and activities will be mostly inside, and that way we don't have to worry if it's going to storm or rain or anything like that.
Miss Dana's cheer team also hosts another event, and it's the Inclusive Egg Hunt in the spring at the same location. Organizers tell us that they hope to see the events continue to grow. And happening tomorrow, runners from across the country will be back in Youngstown for another race. Tomorrow morning will be the Youngstown Marathon. The event started back in 2017 and serves as a qualifier to the Boston Marathon. The courses go through Mill Creek Park, and the full marathon makes its way through downtown Youngstown and loops around YSU. The race begins at 8 a.m. As a result, several roads will be closed tomorrow starting at 6 a.m. and they're expected to reopen by 2:30. We have a list of road closures for the event on our website, WKBN.com. After the break, we're off to the races. A big day at the Racino. We're breaking down what the race season will look like. Plus, a great day to get outside and walk. And today, people did that for a good cause. But first, here's a live look over downtown Youngstown. We had a beautiful day, and tomorrow we're in store for another one. We'll check in with meteorologist Hannah Stetler to keep an eye on what we can see over the next 7 days. You're watching 27 First News at 11.
Help First News cover stories where you live. Send us tips or share videos and pictures. Download the WKBN 27 mobile app and tap Report It. Always watching, always tracking, powered by the Valley's most advanced weather technology. Storm Team 27 Viper Radar.
Well, it was a perfect fall day here in the valley, and the good news, this great weather is going to last as we head into the day tomorrow. We saw lots of sunshine today, sunny skies, and it was warm as temperatures climbed into those low 70s for most, mid 70s for some, and temperatures still warm at this hour. 58 degrees, pleasant conditions as we take a live look out over Sharon, and it's going to stay warm for the next couple of days. You have a few more days to enjoy these warm temperatures as we stay in the 70s for the day tomorrow, but also for the start of next week. Now you notice for Wednesday and Thursday, that's when temperatures start to fall back down into those low to mid 60s, and that's because we have a storm system that is going to push through. I'll have more on that in just a moment, but temperatures still sitting in those 50s for most, mid to upper 50s in several spots, but a few locations, Newton Falls, Cortland, still holding on to those low 60s. Temperatures area-wide will drop down into those low to mid 40s for morning lows. We saw lots of sunshine today. We're seeing clear skies currently. There are some clouds just off to our south and west. Those are heading into our direction, but they're encountering some dry air. They're not going to amount to much, but I do expect a few clouds to build in as we head into the day tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow starting out in those 40s as you head out. If you're heading out to that Youngstown Marathon, you might want a light jacket as you head out the door. You won't need a lawn though, because temperatures climb into those low 70s for highs, mid 70s for some. Now a few clouds will start to build in tomorrow afternoon, but still mostly sunny to partly sunny skies. We keep the sunshine in the forecast for the day on Monday. Temperatures starting out in those 40s, climbing into those low 70s for highs. And then the nice weather lasts for the day on Tuesday. But I'm going to fast forward to Wednesday because that's when some changes come as the system approaches the area, and it's going to bring us some showers activity for the day on Wednesday. Showers will develop, becoming likely by Wednesday afternoon, but then this pushes out and we're dry for the day on Thursday. So overnight tonight, mostly clear skies. Low to mid 40s for morning lows. For tomorrow, fantastic weather, just a few clouds, mostly sunny to partly sunny skies. Temperatures, they top out in those low to mid 70s. We stay in the 70s for Monday and Tuesday with lots of sunshine both of those days. Wednesday is when we bring in that chance for some showers as that system approaches and pushes through the area. Temperatures will also start to fall as a result. Mid 60s on Wednesday, low 60s for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with lots of sunshine as we head into next weekend.
All right, turning now to some more election news. Today, Democratic gubernatorial candidate Nan Whaley made a campaign stop in Trumbull County. Whaley is the former mayor of Dayton and is the first female candidate for governor in Ohio's history. Her opponent is incumbent Republican Mike DeWine. First News reporter Desiree Goslin highlights issues Whaley is tackling on the campaign trail.
We lead the country in things like corruption, infant mortality, maternal mortality, opioid overdose.
Nan Whaley doesn't like the direction Ohio is going.
The biggest challenge is right now this issue of a right being taken away from women and the tough decision that she has to make with her family, her doctor, and her God.
She talked about a Dayton woman who was pregnant but learned she had cancer and the complications that came with that diagnosis.
They do not provide chemotherapy if you're pregnant. Mike DeWine's Ohio, she has to go across state lines to terminate that pregnancy to fight for her own life.
If elected governor, one of Whaley's first moves would be to reinstate abortion access across the state. In 2019, during her time as mayor, Dayton experienced a mass shooting that killed 9 people. She says current governor Mike DeWine did not give the response she thought the people of Dayton deserved.
He made the problem worse. He signed Stand Your Ground, which makes our communities less safe, particularly for people of color. He signed Permitless Concealed Carry, which increases officer-involved shootings by 14%, and law enforcement was against it.
I tried reaching out to Republican incumbent candidate, current governor Mike DeWine, for a statement, but did not hear back from him in time for this story. Reporting in the newsroom, Desiree Goslin, WKBN 27 First News.
Groups of parents across Ohio are pushing for stricter laws to protect children from sexual assault. Ohioans for child protection are calling on lawmakers to pass several bills, including House Bill 266, which would change the statute of limitations on abuse crimes, and House Bill 105, which promotes body and safety education and prevention training for children. Stephen Snyder Hill is one of the several victims who's accused former Ohio State Dr. Richard Strauss of sexual abuse. He was among those ramping up pressures on lawmakers to do more.
These bills are important because, I stand in solidarity with all the survivors up here, and I firmly believe that it's disgusting that the statute of limitations can protect these organizations like it does.
Ohio is one of 6 states that has not changed or removed their statute of limitations for child sexual abuse.
Watching out for you and your community. This is WKBN 27 First News.
Hollywood Gaming in Mahoning Valley had their opening day for their 9th season of horse races today. The first race took off just after noon. Around 70 horses competed in today's 9 races. Most of the races are held on Monday through Thursday, with some on Saturdays. And next Saturday is the Best of Ohio Stakes. There will be 5 stakes races with $500,000 in awards for the winning horses. They will also be doing a fundraiser for the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. Assistant Director of Racing Elizabeth Rogers says watching the races is for anyone.
See these horses, they're absolutely incredible athletes. The jockeys are incredible athletes. And watching the competitive spirit of not only the riders but the horses.
The races will run until April 15th of next year. Today, people laced up their sneakers for a good cause, supporting Alzheimer's research. Thanks to some great weekend weather, the walk was able to return outdoors. Participants walked outside of the Watt Center on YSU's campus. The annual walk is to end Alzheimer's is a national movement. It's a time for event organizers to raise money awareness for the cause and to find the first survivor.
There's been no survivor of Alzheimer's or dementia, so to have all these people out here and across the country, this provides a lot of hope for people with the disease.
Each person at the event carries a flower, each with its own message. Colors represent caretakers of someone with dementia, people currently diagnosed with the disease, or people who were there to simply support the cause. The organization has until the end of the year to reach their $140,000 donation goal. And a new barber station has opened at Salon Roberta in Girard. This station has a unique story that spans over 3 generations. Alexander Vince's great-grandfather and great-uncle were barbers in the area. Altogether, they've worked for over 100 years. Vince's new station has one of their original chairs as well as their certifications from 1960. She fell in love with helping clients express themselves through their hairstyle. Now she wants to carry on her family's legacy.
My great uncle and my great grandfather, they were here and I grew up here. So everybody that lives here pretty much went to them. They know them as that, and it was in our family for such a long time. I can carry that on now. So in maybe a couple years, I'll be cutting my clients' kids' hair.
Vince is currently open Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday from 9 until 6.
Covering the top local rivalries and the sports stories that matter. WKBN Sports Team 27.
Good evening again, everyone. It was another chapter of the great rivalry that is West Branch and Salem tonight. Last year, there was 85 total points in the game, overtime, and a 1-point win on a 2-point conversion by the Warriors. Tonight, they look to provide more fireworks as West Branch look to take an outright EBC title with a win. Let's head to Beloit, and guess what? This was another good one. Third quarter, Warriors with the lead, looking for more. Drew DeShields aired it out. Christian Mardig for the touchdown. West Branch in control, but Salem would answer back. Dylan Monroy here going to get the carry, and Monroy makes a guy miss near pylon. He's in for the score. Quakers cut it to 35-31. Fourth quarter, more Salem. Jackson Johnson calls his own number, runs over defender. He gets in from 5 yards out. Salem with the lead, but West Branch would counter punch. It's DeShields going to call his own number this time and slam in from 2 yards out. Warriors up by 3. Later, Salem, fourth quarter late, looking to drive and take the lead here, but this one's tipped and picked off by Hudson Brink. That would seal it for the Warriors. They would add a touchdown late. They get a huge win over the rivals, 48-38.
they're a resilient bunch. You know, I talk about that all the time with these guys. There's no quitting them. There's no doubt, no fear. Salem's a great opponent. It's a great rivalry, so we knew we were going to get everything they had. And our kids just respond, and they continue to rise to the occasion every week.
To the college ranks, where Western Illinois has been a bit of a kryptonite for the Youngstown State football team. YSU has dropped 3 of their last 4 meetings with the Leathernecks and haven't won in Macomb since 2015. Today, the Gwins look to get past the Dogs and move to 2-2 in the conference. Let's head over to Illinois. Straight to the 4th quarter. YSU down 13-10, but on the move. The give here, Dre Rushton, huge hole. Scampers near side, 14 yards for the score. YSU on top, 17-13, but Western would not go away. Up 3, Clay Bruno. Fade route here to Nassim Brantley, rips it away from the defender. YSU looks toast. They're down 10, 3 minutes left, but then all of a sudden, the Penguins turned it on. Mitch Davidson airing it out. Bryce Oliver wide open, 40-yard touchdown. 2-point conversion good. YSU down 2. That's pretty key here because the YSU defense would get a stop. 51 seconds left. Davidson over the middle finds Oliver. First down, out of bounds. Then later, Davidson far side this time. Max Tomczak. First down, out of bounds would lead to this. Colt McFadden, the Poland grad. 41-yard attempt to win it. And yes, he does. McFadden, the hero. The Penguins escape somehow, someway. 28-27. They move to 2-2 in the conference. Elsewhere, special college edition of our Game of the Week. Grove City hosting rival Westminster. Second quarter were scoreless. Defensive lineman. Yeah, that's right. Defensive lineman Braden Timmons. He rumbles in from 2 yards out. Westminster in control, but Grove City would fight back. Down 17. Logan Pfeiffer finding Scott Frazier. They're down 10 at the half. Fourth quarter, more Titans. Nick Treelor. He rumbles in for the score. Westminster up 24-7, but Grove City not done. It's Pfeiffer at the 1, going to get some help from his friends from behind. He pushes in from 1 yard out. Grove City down just 7. Wolverines, one last chance. Fourth down. In range here. Pfeiffer, though, his pass going to be incomplete. Westminster hangs on. They get a big win, 24-17.
It feels great, man. I can't believe we lit right now. We looking good. I can't believe we just got that dub. It feels amazing. We like those games. We love those games. I think the secret to win today was just give our playmakers the ball and let them work in space.
Tyus. Sharon Grad had a big day down in Columbus. Number 2 Ohio State taking on Iowa. Second quarter, Bucks up 9. This pass picked off by Tommy Eichenberg. 15-yard pick 6. Slow start for the Buckeyes, no doubt, but they would roll late. Buckeyes going to win 54-10. For the pros, Cleveland Browns bit banged up ahead of Sunday's game against the Ravens. They'll be without guard Wyatt Teller and cornerback Denzel Ward. It will be Warren Harding product Yelda Froholt to replace Teller in the lineup. Good news is newly acquired linebacker Deion Jones expected to play. So too Jadeveon Clowney. The leader of the defense, Myles Garrett, says he knows it'll be a tough test against the Ravens, but they'll be ready to go.
We're trying to put on the show too. So as far as defense, we're trying to rock out and have a great game against them as well. And I mean, we both know this as competitors, so it's just about who's going to be able to execute and get each other's game plan.
Browns, Ravens, Sunday, 1 o'clock, big AFC North game. Cleveland really needs that one. Meanwhile, Steelers in Miami getting ready for their primetime game. They get a lot of healthy bodies back. Kenny Pickett, Pat Freiermuth, Minkah Fitzpatrick as well. So defense much healthier, and they are going to need to be against another tough offense.
We have to make sure we get around and we got to get to the ball because, it's not just going to be one guy getting to the ball, and it's going to be tough.
Tua is something that, makes the offense go. You can tell it in the first 3 games, and so making sure we do a good job of going back to the games that he did play in and making sure we're ready for him.
Basketball, Cavs hosting the Warriors. Big first half for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell off the screen, stops, pops, drops down the triple. He had 18 in the first half, 32 in the game. Cleveland rolls. They get a big win over the Bulls. To the ice now. Penguins haven't lost in regulation yet this year on the road, taking on the Blue Jackets. Third period, tied at 3 off the faceoff. Brian Dumoulin going to find Sidney Crosby, who won times at home. Penguins get the win, 6-3. That's Look at Sports. We'll be right back.
watching out for you and your community. This is WKBN 27 First News.
The beautiful weather's going to last for the next couple of days. Lots of sunshine Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with temperatures in those low 70s for highs. Changes for Wednesday as a system pushes through. That's going to bring chances for rain plus cooler temperatures. We're down into the low 60s for the end of the week with more sunshine for Friday and Saturday.
I won the leaf battle today, but the war is ongoing. So trouble at the Forketic House.
Thanks for joining us here on First News at 11. Have a great night.